here, which I'll talk about later, and some of our Opulent cardstock with the glitter effect on the front there. I've also used some of our sequins as well. So I'll show you those in a little bit. But first, I just want to talk a bit about the Surfaces range here. So these are our Opulent cardstocks here. You get a range of different effects here. They're all on the front, actually. So we've got the glitter effect. So in each of these, you're going to have the glitter effect. You're going to have this kind of soft touch one here. The Ivory is a little bit different because we're not going to have the brushed metal effect, but we have something in replace anyway. And this here is lovely. I'm going to try and tilt it. I don't know if you can see there. Try and tilt it sort of towards the sun. And you can just see the effect that the front of this has. And I've used this in my card subtly, which I'll show you in a little bit. Then we've got the gold. So in all of our metallics, we have the matte. We've got the brushed metal, and then we've got a pearl one, which is just kind of more matte and it's less metallic looking, but it's still got that nice gold colour. And then we've got mirror, which is really nice shiny gold, which looks lovely. So these two are the same. This is the silver, this is the charcoal. This has been a favourite I've seen here, the mirror on the charcoal. It's really lovely, kind of deep dark colour there. Which I think used kind of subtly is a really nice addition to any card. And then we've got the same thing in the silver. So just look through here, we've got the matte there, we've got the mirror, and then we've got the sort of brushed metal as well there. So you can just see that sort of streaked effect. On to the texture rolls. This stuff is like magic. I love it. It's impossible to just tear until you've got a little tear in it, and then you can tear it. You can use Thinlit dyes with it, which is really lovely. You can get it wet, and when you do get it wet, you can scrunch it all up, and then it doesn't lose its integrity. So you can you have that really kind of scrunched effect. It's got a really nice effect on the front. Once you've just scrunched it all up, and you don't need to get it wet, but getting it wet just helps you kind of scrunch it up further and get it really dense. And then when you open it back up, it's got a lovely effect on it. So make sure you try that when you have a go with these. Today I'm going to be using the rose gold texture roll, and we've also got silver and gold there as well. So back to the card. So this is where I've used this rose gold here, and I've cut that from, you can just see the detail of that Thinlit dye on the front there. That is a Thinlit dye that cuts this really robust material, which is just so cool. And then I've just used circle framelits on here, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So to go with our sequins and beads here, I chose to use some of these bigger and smaller circles. I've just used the circle framelit, same one that I used to make these balloons, and I'm using them as a stencil with some ink here. So I'll just create this by, I'm using the back of the cardstock here. What have I done with my little, there it is. Okay, so randomly I'm just going to put my stencil film over here. I'm not going to stick it down with anything because I'm just creating random little circles. It's almost a bokeh effect there. So you've got one there. The stencil film is great. You don't even know it's there when you're inking, then you just take it away and it's got this nice crisp edge to it. Ooh. So again, just random, some bits can come off the side. Do you know what? I'll just add a little bit more of this ink, make it easier. And I might do one more here, and then I'm just going to include some smaller circles that cut with a different framelit. I'll do one here. So here's one of the small ones. Oh, that's nice anyway. I chose to overlap some of them, like so. And then I have also, here it is, just chose a little bit of white ink with a blank pad there. I'm going to add some white to it using the same stuff here. And to do this, you just press down. Sometimes it doesn't look like it's going on, but again, when you take the stencil film away, you can see it's really clear there. Okay, so I'll do one more there, and then that'll be it for the inking. But you can go mad with it at home if you're trying it out, and you can, you know, absolutely cover the thing. But I'm happy with that effect there, so that's just something to build up a little composition on. So next I've chosen the Celebrate phrase. So this is the Celebration Phrases here by Sharon Drury. It's chapter 2, and it is just a really lovely sort of calligraphy style font die there. We have these 3 phrases. We've got Celebrate, Thanks and Love. And what I love about these as well is the Celebrate phrase is obviously long, so if you need to take up a really long, you know, a big area like I want to, then you can choose that one. Or if you want a really thin area to fill up, then you can just choose the Love one. And they're also just really nice positive phrases that go with most sort of greeting cards. So that's lovely. I've chosen to Celebrate, and we're going to be using the Opulent cardstock here. So as I said before, you know, it's really, really difficult to rip. It's really robust stuff, but it does cut with a Thinlit die. So just put that through. Even with just one turn through the machine as well. There we go, so I'll take that out ready to add across the bottom of the card here. And I'll just use my die pick to get rid of the little bits from the inside. Make sure you're careful when you're using these die picks. I'm sure you all know that. Actually, I can get rid of my little mat now. And my inks. Okay, so this Celebrate element there is going to go across the middle of the card. And you know what? I'm going to stick that on now, because then I'll know when I'm drawing on, because I actually use a pencil just to draw on the little balloon strings. I mean, you could use a really thin pen, but I just wanted to use a pencil for the purposes of this video, so that you know, if I were to make a mistake, you can always rub it out. You guys can just be more careful. There we go. So I'm going to stick that to the front there, just with a bit of our tacky glue. You don't need much at all, just needs enough to stick down. And I'm going to put that here. Try and make sure that it's straight along there. So after I've made this, I might go back. Once you've stuck it down, if you feel you haven't got enough of the little bits out, like I haven't here, then you can go back at the end with the die pick and just pick them out yourself, but I'll do that at the end. Okay, so I've got my sentiment on the front stuck down, and now I'm going to create these balloons just from the circle framelits. So I've chosen 3 different colours of the Opulent cardstock, all of them in the glitter look. And this stuff is really tactile as well. You can't see it, you can't feel it obviously, but when I'm feeling it, it's really rough. It's almost like it's, you know, it's like a sugar glitter. It's really tactile there, which is lovely. Especially for a card like this, when you're trying to create lots of different sort of types of surfaces on one card. So I'm going to use my circle framelit. Ooh, that was a horrible noise. And I'm going to just create 3 circles. There's one. I've chosen some gold. Oh, I am missing the rose gold there. And a silver one. There we are. So now I can have a look, see how I'm going to sort of layer these up. I'm going to go for ivory, gold, and then silver. So I'll have the gold being the main event there on the front. Now, this is a good little trick here. So to create the little ties on the balloons, all I've done is I've just gone to make sure they're all the same, I've gone to the corner of an A4 sheet here, and I just snip off the end. I use my tweezers, dab a little bit of glue on to the front, and then I can just add that onto this circle framelit so that it pokes out the end, and there you have a balloon. So that if you ever want to create a nice circular looking balloon, and that's a good way of doing it. So I will do the same thing with the gold and the ivory. And I'm going to use a bit of foam tape as well on the balloon in front, just to add a bit of dimension and make that balloon stand up above the rest. And if you wanted to create an array of balloons, so sort of less structured, like they were going everywhere, you know, that would be something really nice to do on this card as well. You could just incorporate all colours. You can incorporate the rose gold as well, and the ivory. Ooh. So again, just stick this one to the back of that balloon there, and the circle, and it's going to create a balloon. So we've got 3 lovely looking balloons here. I chose to stick them down like so. I want them just coming off the side of the card very, very slightly, like so. I'm going to layer up this card, trying to get a good balance on them as well. So my highest up balloon is going to be the same distance away as the sentiment is from the bottom. You don't need very much glue. I'm also angling the little ties sort of inwards so that when I draw these straight lines here, they're gonna look right. Foam tape, as I said, for the last balloon there, because this one is going to stand out above the rest. Oh, the little tie fell off. Just reattach that. There we go. And as I say, I'm going to put that one about here, same distance away from the top there. Now I'll actually use a really thin pen here. Just going to draw on my little strings. So I'm going to have them all come to about the same point on my sentiment. There's one. Or you might choose to have them all wiggly. That would be cool too. I'm just going to keep them straight for now. And 3. Perfect. So now all that's left to do is I want to add these little sequins here. So as you can see with our colour story, we're able to sort of match the colours up. I've used Cherry Blossom here, which is just very slightly darker than the ballet slipper. And I love that really subtle change of colour. I'll stick some more of these. Do you know what? I'll just tip some out there. And then I've got my choice of which ones I want to use. And I can just build up that composition as I see fit. Stick one there. And then choose a little one. Put that one, little one up here. So you can see just the little changes in the sizes of the circles and in the colours creates a nice, really fun kind of party background, a party themed background. You can imagine it like confetti going off bubbles flying in the air, maybe balloons in the distance. I'll add some stars as well. You know, I must admit, it took me a while for my colleagues at Sizzix to bring me around with sequins and things like this, because I didn't used to really have any fun using them, but now I cannot get enough of them, and I use them on a lot of different makes. And then I'll just add one more little one just to balance it out here. There. Okay, so there's my lovely fun party background. As I said earlier, I used some of the brushed pearl here. So again, I'm just going to tilt that round. You can see there's actually sort of a little grazed effect there, and you can see all different colours in it. It's really cool stuff. So I've cut it that bit wider than my card front. And I'm going to stick that on so it creates a border with it. Right in the centre. Okay. And that's it. That is my card front done. All that is left to do is to stick it on the front of a card, and then that will look like this. So it's a really lovely make, maybe for an upcoming birthday party or something like that, something that someone would love to receive at the moment. I think any card is something that people will love to receive any moment. Just that bit of sort of correspondence with your loved ones. It's just a really great thing to make, and it's a lot of fun to make as well. So let me see your versions of this that you've made at home, or maybe have fun with it, do a few other things, and post them on the Sizzix Facebook page, and I'll keep my eye out. So thanks for watching, and remember to tune in next time. Thanks a lot.